You've dealt with arrows and you've dealt with swords, but the Maggotkin are bringing something you've never seen to the tabletop. The Maggotkin of Nurgle are the combination of the mortal and demonic followers of Nurgle, probably the least chaotic chaos god. He is the god of decay, but he's also the god of the natural cycle. Now, yes, he's a chaos god because he's all about disease and death, but Papa Nurgle loves you. Everybody knows that. He just wants you to be happy and sick. The best character in this book is kind of hard because it really depends on whether you want to go demonic or mortal, or if you like something in the middle. If you like going right down the middle, definitely the Glotkin. They're going to bring a monster, a powerful warrior, and a really strong wizard to the tabletop. They're going to get your guys into combat faster. They're going to be shooting vomit. They're going to be casting spells. They are incredible. And if you like demons, you can't go wrong with Horticlick Slimix on his giant snail. Just gotta love that guy. He's so happy. If you just like mortals, the Lord of Afflictions on the back of his giant flying blight drone. He's amazing. He's bringing a dead guy that's full of disease. He's going to be throwing out the brand new disease points. I mean, he's always been there, but he's really bringing a new kind of power with the way that Nurgle's playing now. He's going to be able to drop the Puscoil Blight Lords, which are the guys flying on the flies, down in a place where you don't want them. When he charges, he's dealing mortal wounds. He can throw out extra disease points. He's disgustingly resilient like everything else in the book, so he's going to be more powerful. He's going to be healing. He's, like I said, powerful in the charge. His weapons are going to do so much damage. And backed up by the fly guys, he's going to delete anything you point him at. So the Rotbringer Sorcerer is pretty incredible. He's, a level 1 wizard, so that's pretty standard. He's got a staff, 4/3, -1 rend, 1 damage. All fairly standard stuff, but the thing that makes him really good is his new ability called Diseased Endless Spell. What that's going to mean is that whenever he summons an endless spell, that endless spell gets to count as a Nurgle unit for the purpose of diseased, which means if he throws out Ravnak's Gnashing Jaws, it's Ravnak's Nasty Jaws. He's going to make you sick, it's going to be disgusting, and it's going to be incredible. And combined with the fact that on every 6 to hit, you're throwing out a disease point. On every, if it's close in the movement phase or the battle shock phase, you're getting disease points. He's going to make endless spells so much more of a threat. One combo that you're really going to want to look out for, especially if you go with the Lord of Afflictions, is the Splithorn Helm. Tripped over my tongue. It's going to increase your disgustingly resilient ward save to a 4-up. Now, a 4-up ward save is already nasty, but on top of everything else the Lord of Afflictions is going to be doing, making him tougher, more able to stay in combat, more able to throw out disease points, more able to generate contagion points, it's going to be nasty. And I mean that with as much respect as I can give to a dripping Nurgle guy. So the new thing that Nurgle is bringing to the battlefield is disease points. At the end of the movement phase and at the end of the battle shock phase, you check for any units that are within 3 inches of your Nurgle units, and if they are, they get a disease point. Now, a unit can have up to 7 disease points, and to get rid of them, you got to give up one of your wound healing. If you say, oh, I want to heal a wound, you can instead remove a disease point. At the battle shock phase, every single one of those disease points is going to let you roll a die. On a 4-up, it's a mortal wound. And then you remove 1 disease point. But if you've racked up to 7 disease points and you can keep that disease points on there, you're just going to be deleting units. You're not even going to have to fight them. You can just sit there and take all of their damage and watch as they die of disease, just sneeze themselves to death. In order to best utilize disease points, you're going to want to bring a lot of widespread, probably larger units that have staying power. With Nurgle, that's going to be fine. They have a lot of disgusting and resilient, but you don't necessarily want to be doing damage. You just want to not die. You want to be in their face. Because the longer you're in their face, the more they have to breathe in your toxic sludge, the sicker they're going to get. You don't have to be doing the damage. They will do the damage to themselves. In order to do that well, you're going to want Puscoil Blight Lords, which are the guys riding on flies, but you're also going to just want some Nurglings and Plague Bearers, because they're going to come in larger units. They're going to be easier to get down the battlefield alive, and they're going to be the ones spreading most of your disease points. Your Blight Kings, your Puscoil Blight Lords, all of your tougher stuff, it's going to be doing damage, but it's probably not going to be spreading as much disease. But your Plague Bearers, your Nurglings, they're going to be the ones throwing out those disease points. It's hard to say right now how this army is going to fare in the meta with the very large saturation, I suppose, of ward saves, which are going to be the one thing to get around disease. However, one of the other things that is going on in the meta right now is big monsters are claiming a lot of their meta spots. Now, big monsters are great. They got a lot of wounds, they got a high armor save, they're hard to take down. You make a monster sick, gonna sneeze themselves to death. And even a Gargant taking potentially 7 mortal wounds a turn isn't going to last very long on top of all of the combat that it's going to have to weather. And you take out one Mega Gargant, that's pretty much that list gone. So you just look at the top meta right now, Daughters of Cain, Sons of Bahamut, Soulblight Gravelords, even zombies can get sick, which is hilarious. But yeah, zombies can sneeze themselves to death, and they will, really fast. So I think this is a great book. I think it really has captured the essence of what Nurgle is, which is they're not necessarily the best fighters. They don't have to be. They're tough. They can take a lot of punishment. Their body's just going to heal itself. And if they lose an arm, whatever, a tentacle will grow there eventually. All they care about is spreading Nurgle's magnificent diseases with as much of the world as possible. And they really, truly think that they are giving a gift to the people that they infect. They're kind of like flesh eaters in that way. And I find that super interesting. And I feel like this book really captures what a Nurgle army would be. It's slow, it's ponderous, it's terrifying, and it's strong. This seems like a very specific battle tome because, especially for mortals, they don't have a lot. So if you're building high disease, this is how you're building it. If you want to build a slightly faster army, this is how you're building it. If you take a Lord of Afflictions, most of your army is going to be Blight Lords. If you take a Lord of Plagues, most of your army is going to be Blight Kings. If you take a Rotbringer Sorcerer, you're going to be bringing a lot of endless spells. So really, your choice of general is going to determine how you play, even more so I'd say than a lot of the other armies. Because a lot of the other armies you can be like, all right, well, I want to take a Shard Speaker for my general, but I still want to have a lot of Demonettes. Fine. For Nurgle, you kind of really need to know how you want to play and kit your entire kit to that. And I do not think that's a bad thing, because it's going to allow you to really fine-tune your list, right down to just the minutia. It's going to be incredible. If you liked this video, go ahead and check this one out. Thank you very much. I'm Clint with Bowles. See you guys next time.